Okay, so today's lecture we will be continuing with the fiber manufacturing, or you can say fabrication technique. And then once two methods are there, uh, once we finish those two methods, then we will see how to cable a fiber. See, when we are talking of fiber fabrication, we are talking of how I'm making the core and the cladding, and then the first initial jacket. And then that fiber, since it's very weak, I need to cable it. Okay, so then we will see how I cable the fiber. So in the fabrication technique today, we will actually see what is the WAD technique and MCVD technique. As I mentioned, out of the 5 in your syllabus, we have only these 2. So we will be seeing the diagrams that are there in the book. And then uh, this WAD and MCVD technique actually gives you the preform, the tube-like kind of rod. Okay, so inside material is of the core and the outside material is of the cladding. So WAD and MCVD both gives you the preform, a rod kind of structure. Okay, and then that rod structure we have to give to a fiber drawing tower. Okay, so हमारे पास एक MCVD or WAD technique से as a rod kind of structure. Last time you had seen how that rod in the video, how that rod kind of structure is there. Okay, so this rod kind of structure, then I have to give it to a drawing tower. Okay, so as I quit tower, I will show you the diagram. Right now I'm just drawing. So this rod, this one, so the rod, I will put it in the drawing tower. I have to heat it in such a way that it does not melt, and then I draw the fiber. I have to monitor the thickness, and then I have to apply a coating initially, and then I roll it up in the drum. Okay, so the very first thing before I actually start with the WAD and MCVD technique, I'll show you the drawing tower. क्योंकि ये जो drawing tower है, that is common. MCVD and WAD techniques are how I deposit the soot formation. Okay, how SiCl4 is reacting with oxygen to form SiO2, those soot particles. So once that soot particle, I heat it, it forms this rod. So that rod, I have to bring it, whichever method you use to fabricate this rod, that rod I have to bring to the drawing tower to draw this thin fiber in the drum. Okay, so we will start with the drawing tower first. Then we will see how do I protect the fiber cable. So the drawing tower diagram I'll show you. So एक चीज याद रखना, अगर एग्जाम में WAD and MCVD method any one is asked for 10 marks, you have to draw the process of both WAD and MCVD, as well as you have to draw the drawing tower. Drawing tower remains common for all the methods that we are using. So that's why I'm starting with the drawing tower. Okay, so I'll show you the drawing tower, fiber drawing tower. So this slide I had shown you last time. So we have the vapor phase oxidation methods. Okay, so what we do in this method is SiCl4 is reacting with oxygen to form SiO2. Now this SiO2, either I collect it outside or I collect it inside the tube, okay, or inside a particular chamber, that we will see. So in all the methods, SiCl4 plus SiO2 reacts with oxygen to form SiO2, and then I do the process of sintering and I get a clear rod, or you can say tube kind of structure, and we don't call it as a glass rod or tube, we call it by the name of a preform. So I have a preform by all of these methods, whether it is a direct melt method or vapor phase oxidation method. So all these methods give me the preform, and from the preform, this is the dimension mentioned, and then I give it to a fiber drawing tower. So this is the fiber drawing tower in the simplest diagram, and this is from the book of Kizar. Kizar mein you have 2 reference books. So this is from the book of Kizar, which is the simplest one. So this diagram you will be drawing whether they ask you MCVD or whether they ask you the WAD technique. Okay, so now let us understand कि ये diagram क्या कर रहा है. So this is the rod or the preform that I have fabricated using any of the techniques. So I have this rod. So I clamp it. Okay, I cannot hold it. So in the system, in the drawing tower, there is a big kind of tower. Okay, I'll show you one video where this is in the simplest way, but the actual process is very complicated. So this is the preform. I hold it in the tower. So मेरे पास ये एक preform है. अभी उसको I have to melt it. I have to heat it. So to heat it, I have to bring this preform. I have to insert this preform in a drawing furnace. So this clamp and this feed mechanism will lower the preform up and down, all those movements this this feed mechanism is doing. So since I want to melt it, I have to bring it into the furnace and I have to increase the furnace. So what happens in the furnace? This rod, it melts. Okay, now it should not melt too much, otherwise it will flow in the form of a liquid. So I have to monitor the temperature. Also, I had mentioned in last lecture that fiber does not have any definite melting point. So around 2000, yeah, sometime 1800 degrees Celsius, I have to heat that temperature. So some temperature monitoring also needs to be done over here. So from here, the preform it melts and here I get the bare fiber. Now see, ye jo preform I fabricate, inside material is of the core and outside material is of the cladding. That thickness monitor and all that, kitna core hona chahiye, kitna cladding hona chahiye, because see, this is not my fiber. This is a quite big rod. Okay, so here it is fabricated. This particular thing is fabricated in such a way that when I draw the fiber, okay, so inside is of the core, outside is of the cladding. So here I just have the bare fiber. Okay, and then here I have some mechanism of thickness monitor. Now यहाँ पे मेरे पास सिर्फ core और cladding है. So what I do, I apply an elastic coating. The first initial protection that I do to protect the fiber. So यहाँ पे एक elastic coating लगा देते हैं so that the fiber is protected. So here I get the coated fiber and then I have a drum. Okay, and then the take up drum takes the fiber. So around 4 kilometers or you can say 4000 meter, one batch, एक preform will give you one batch of that 4 kilometer fiber. And then that take up drum, I will take it and then again a series of protection that is done to protect the fiber. So this is the fiber drawing tower in the simplest way. Okay, so if I just show you what is written in the theory, preform is fed into a circular heater. This is the circular heater because this is a circle. Okay, the preform is a rod, okay, tube kind of thing. So the furnace is also circular. Then the preform end is softened to a point where it can be drawn into a very thin filament, which is actually my optical fiber. Then an elastic coating is applied. Now, why I apply the elastic coating is to protect the fiber from any moisture or any contaminants, etc. And remember, this whole thing also will be enclosed in some area so that external कुछ contaminants ये fiber के ऊपर न आए, because here the fiber is bare. Okay, so this is how, and then just a moment, the speed of the drum. So the speed of the drum at the bottom of the drawing tower determines how fast and in turn how thick the fiber is produced. देखो यहाँ पे fiber thickness monitor है. Okay, now it is just monitoring the thickness. Now, if it is a batch of single mode fiber, the thickness is less. If it is a multi-mode fiber, the thickness of the core, cladding ka thickness, if you remember the dimension, it's the same. Only the core thickness is different for a single mode and a multi-mode fiber. So, जब यहाँ से हम thickness monitor कर रहे हैं, suppose you are manufacturing a batch of single mode fiber. Here we have nothing in our control. So what we have in our control is the speed of the drum. Okay, so this speed of the drum, so whenever you are explaining this diagram, all these points should be there. So this speed of the drum will then determine what is the thickness of the fiber. Okay, so अगर तुमको thickness बहुत कम चाहिए, like a single mode fiber, then you need to increase the speed of the drum. So that speed will determine what will be the thickness of that particular fiber. So this is in a simplest way to explain the fiber drawing tower. So I'll just show you one video so that you just understand how the drawing tower is made. Then we will see how the preform is made. Just let me know if you can hear this.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this will just give you a rough idea how the drawing tower is there. Okay, and this is the simplest way which is there in our book. Okay, so no need for us to explain all those sophisticated things, but at least these basic things it should be there in the fiber drawing tower. Now I know or I have seen how I can draw thin fibers. Now the question is how I make the preform, how this rod is made. Okay, how, because I have to deposit it using the silicon SiCl4. Okay, so let us see those two methods which are there in your syllabus. So before the actual portion in the syllabus, which are those methods, you need to know the other methods. Okay, this is just for your information sake, because otherwise you cannot do a comparison. If you are suppose writing a 10 marks question, you have to explain, draw both these two diagrams, and then you have to explain the advantage and disadvantage. Remember, for a 10 marks question, minimum 4-page answer should be there. Then only you are eligible for 8 to 7 marks. I have seen 10 marks आधे pages पे diagram रहता है और आधे page पे explanation, okay, from wherever. 10 marks 4-page, full 4-page, everything with the diagram, everything drawn. Then also you get 7 to 8 marks. So for 5 marks, 2-page. Advantages ठीक है, थोड़ा अगर कुछ difference पूछा, you can still have it in one page. But if it is a theory type, totally explaining any process, so at your final year level, because we have seen the trend in CCN and all also, when you are writing the answer, आधे पेज में खत्म कर देते हो तुम लोग 5 marks का, and you feel for 10 marks एक पेज लिखा. No, 10 marks 4 page. So what to write? Process to explain कर दिया. From that same process, try to write advantage, try to write disadvantage, and then so when I want to write advantage and disadvantage, I have to know the other things. Okay, that is why I will explain you the first process is outside vapor phase oxidation. See, vapor phase oxidation is the common thing. Okay, so I am depositing the vapor on some structure. Okay, now here it is outside vapor phase oxidation method. Now just read this slide and then I'll show you the diagram. So what I am doing is, first of all, I have a ceramic. Now I just switch on my video. I just need to show you some hand movement so that you can understand. Okay, so I hope you can see me. So suppose this is a rod. This rod is made up of ceramic. Okay, so here what I do is, the rod is rotated. So it is a rotating ceramic rod. It is not stationary. So I will have some mechanism to clamp it, and this rod is rotating and it is made up of ceramic. Then what I will do is, I will introduce the gases on this external rod. It is outside, the process is outside this rod. So what I do is, initially I will deposit the core layer on this rod. So those soot formation will take place on this rod. Okay, there is a burner which will traverse like this. Okay, and the rod is rotated. Okay, so this burner is traversing. So when I see that sufficient deposition of core takes place, okay, then I will stop and then I will deposit the cladding on this top. Okay, so iske upar वापस से that burner will be there. From this side I will introduce the gases. Okay, SiCl4. Okay, and this oxyhydrogen torch is there. So SiO2 soot particle is formed over here. So ये जो deposition हो रहा है of the core and cladding, it is outside the ceramic rod. So that's why the name outside vapor phase oxidation. Now when I monitor कि इसके ऊपर sufficient deposition has taken place, then what I do is, I will slip out this rod. ये rod is nothing involved in the fiber fabrication. So suppose ये deposition हो गया है core and cladding, then I slip out this rod. So there is a hollow space that will be created in this deposition. And then what I will do is, I will heat this structure. Okay, and heat so that it melts and it forms a solid rod. That is, I call it as the preform. So that is what is explained in this particular slide. So core layer is deposited on a rotating ceramic rod. Then cladding is deposited on top of the core layer. Then what I do, once this deposition has taken place, I slip out the ceramic rod, because the ceramic rod is not contributing to the fiber fabrication. Then what I do, जो भी deposition हुआ है, I heat it in a tower, okay, fiber drawing tower, and make it into a fiber. Okay, so this fiber drawing tower already I have shown you. Now what happens is, when I'm drawing the fiber from this particular structure of preform, remember ये जो preform तैयार होगा ना, there will be a hollow empty space, because just imagine a pencil. You have a pencil, you have that black coating, you have that wooden part, and if you remove the lid of the pencil, okay, so that kind of thing is happening over here. So what happens is, when I am drawing the fiber in that fiber drawing tower, there is a hole which is present in this particular method. Okay, so that hole will collapse. Okay, otherwise you will feel कि core का तो कोई material है ही नहीं. Okay, so the central hole is collapsing during the drawing process. So this is the diagram, which if you try to understand this diagram, so I had this ceramic rod. Okay, and I'm rotating the rod. So I call it as the bait rod, or I call it as the mandrel. And then okay, so I have this rotating rod, and here is the oxyhydrogen torch. Okay, and this is moving. Here you can see this arrow is there. So this is rotating, and then this is moving, because this I cannot move this structure. Okay, so here this dot particle, so the soot particles are getting deposited over here. And then what I do, I bring out this, I slip out this ceramic rod, so I get this kind of structure. Okay, so this is the soot preform. So inside I have यहाँ पे जो है वो core का रहेगा, and outside I have that of the cladding. So this kind of structure, if you see, and then I bring this preform into that furnace. This is my drawing tower. So again, heating without melting, I'm heating that preform, and then that it gets melted and that fiber is drawn. So this part you have already seen in the drawing tower. Now what, this empty space is there. Okay, so as I am heating it in the furnace, okay, so it is drawn into a particular fiber. So this central hole here in this portion, you can see it is collapsing. Okay, so the central hole collapses during this fiber drawing process. So this is your outside vapor phase oxidation. So vapor phase oxidation is there in the technique which is mentioned in your syllabus, but only since the deposition is taking place outside, here we call it as the outside vapor phase deposition technique. So this is just for your understanding purpose. What we have in your syllabus is your the VAD technique. Now, what is there in the VAD technique is, VAD का full form है vapor phase axial deposition. Okay, so here I am depositing the soot particle in the axial direction. Now, what is that axial direction? So I'll just show you the diagram. This is the diagram which is there in your book of Kizar. Okay, so how you want to do it, that is up to you in the time at the time of your exam. So this part not required. I just mark what is required and then delete it. So ये वाला part नहीं चाहिए. Okay, so this whatever I'm circling, that part you have to at least draw. So some clamping mechanism, you bring it into a circular furnace. Okay, and this is the rod deposition taking place, and this oxyhydrogen torch, this you have to draw. Okay, and there has to be an exhaust because this is in a chamber. This deposition is taking place in a chamber. Okay, no need for this TV controller unit, motor and all. You just show it. Yes, this is important for you to show this direction. इसको ऊपर का direction भी चाहिए, and यहाँ पे देखो arrow इधर भी है. So you are giving a circular motion. Okay, I have to rotate the rod. So for that, this arrow is there. And I have to lift up the rod. So for lifting up the rod, this arrow is there. So these are the things you need to take care while you are drawing this particular diagram. From internet, I got this diagram, but I don't know whether you will get marks for drawing that diagram or not. This is from the internet. No, I have deleted that diagram. Okay. So what is happening in this VAD technique is, this is a lateral method. Vapor phase axial deposition is a lateral method. So यहाँ पे क्या है? I have this rod. Okay, थोड़ा सा structure है. Now lateral method means the deposition is taking place on this side. Outside vapor phase में क्या था? ऐसा ceramic rod था, and I was depositing it on this in this way. In VAD method, मेरे पास एक initial rod है, and I'm depositing over here. So मेरा जो soot formation का deposition होगा वो यहाँ से होगा, नीचे से होगा. So once this is getting, जैसे वो beehive रहता है ना, honey bee का hive. Okay, so suppose यहाँ पे initial कुछ part है, some structure is there, and here यहाँ पे deposition हो रहा है, नीचे deposition हो रहा है. So once this deposition is taking place, what I have to do, I have to pull up this structure. Okay, so that new part is deposited now over here. So that's why, since the deposition is taking place over here, okay, so I call it as the lateral process. Okay, so that's why it was important for me to show what happened in outside vapor phase oxidation method. This is also vapor phase oxidation method, but the deposition is taking place in the lateral way. नीचे से हो रहा है. Okay, lateral direction में हो रहा है, and then I'm pulling up the rod in this way. So here, if I see this particular diagram, what happens is, यहाँ पे the torches are there. So yeah, SiCl4 जो gases है, I am introducing from here SiCl4 plus O2. Okay, so it reacts to form SiO2. So that's why this dot dot is nothing but my soot formation. So this soot formation is taking place in this way, and then SiCl4 plus O2 is giving me SiO2 plus these chloride gases will be there. So for exhausting this chloride gases, I have this exhaust. Okay, and then all these controllers are there, which is right now not important. So this deposition takes place in the lateral way, and then I pull it up. Okay, so this seed rod is rotating, so that I get uniform deposition throughout this rod kind of structure, and then I pull it up upward. Now, when sufficient length of the preform is done, then I stop the flow of this oxyhydrogen torches so that the soot formation stops, and then I can remove this rod, the preform, and then I can bring it in the drawing tower. So what is written in this method is, we will study the VAD method. So full form of VAD is vapor phase axial deposition. Okay, so in this method, the SiO2 particles are formed in the same way as described by OVPO method. Now, this particles, it emerges from the torches and they are deposited onto the end surface of a silica glass rod, which acts as the seed. A porous preform is grown in the axial direction by moving the rod upward. Okay, so that's why vapor phase axial deposition. Now the rod is also continuously rotated to maintain the cylindrical symmetry, क्योंकि हमें गोल preform चाहिए, cylindrical shape में preform चाहिए. So that's why I need to rotate the rod. Okay, so that uniform deposition takes place and I get cylindrical symmetry. So the rod is continuously rotated and it is pulled up in the upward direction. I hope you are understanding the process. As the porous preform is moving upward, it is transformed into a solid transparent rod by zone melting with the carbon ring heater. So जैसे यहाँ पे है, okay, so यहाँ पे zone melting हो रहा है. देखो यहाँ पे dot 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 दिख रहा है. Means this is a porous preform. Okay, so as it is coming over here, this is my, you can say, furnace kind of arrangement. So I will heat it so that this porous preform is transferred into a transparent preform, means my clear glass rod. So here this, so when you are drawing the diagram, remember inside this chamber, I have the porous preform. This is a circular furnace, or you can say a heater. As it comes outside, I get the rod, okay, which is now transparent. So यहाँ पे porous है, यहाँ पे heat होने के बाद that porous preform is converted into a solid rod. So that is what is mentioned over here. Then the resulting preform, it can be drawn into a fiber using the fiber drawing tower. Okay, now this method will give me both step and graded index fiber. Whether I want multi-mode or single mode, all can be made using the VAD method. Okay, so here the deposition is in the axial direction. Okay, that's why vapor phase axial deposition. Okay, now what is the advantage of VAD method is, just see, I had explained you the outside vapor phase oxidation. Now outside vapor phase oxidation में क्या हो रहा था, एक central hole था. Okay, and later on that hole was collapsing. Okay, that is something regarding the process. But अगर मेरे पास एक rod, I give you two rod. Okay, one rod which has a central hole जिस पे deposition हो गया है, and I give you a second rod which does not have a central rod, which has throughout the deposition of the core and the cladding. Now tell me, yield किसका ज़्यादा होगा? I want some answers. I give you two preform. Okay, one preform जो है, जो outside vapor phase oxidation से हुआ है. Okay, so I have a rod which has a central hole. मतलब यहाँ पे gap है. Okay, and I have another rod which is continuous. There is no hole kind of structure. It is continuous. Consider the dimension as same, even though I have drawn one thick and one thin. Okay, यहाँ पे एक hole है. यहाँ पे it is a continuous structure with the WAD technique. This was outside vapor phase deposition technique. Can you tell me where the yield will be more? Yield मतलब ये जो rod है उसको melt करने से हमें fiber मिल रहा है. So that yield of the fiber will be more in this case or more in this case. Yes. Expecting somebody to give the answer. I hope you have understood what I'm trying to say.
The yield should be greater in second case.
Yield किसमें ज़्यादा होगा?
In second case, like thin होगा
Yes.
ज़्यादा.
See, it is understood. यहाँ पे मेरे पास hole है, means I don't have the material required in this gap to fabricate the fiber. ये hole के बाहर मेरे पास वो material है. So even though I have a 60 centimeter rod, 60 centimeter rod, here I don't have the material. Okay, so the yield here it will be less. See, finally इसको हम melt करके ही fiber draw कर रहे हैं. So यहाँ पे I don't have that material which is occupying this central space. जबकि यहाँ पे it is a continuous structure. So उतना material मेरे पास ज़्यादा है in WAD compared to the outside vapor phase oxidation. So the yield will be much more. Same batch of preform अगर outside vapor phase oxidation से तैयार हुआ है और WAD method से तैयार हुआ है, and from that preform I draw the fiber, more length of fiber will be produced with the WAD technique because I have a continuous rod. I don't have a central structure which is vacant. I hope that is clear now. Okay, so the preform can be fabricated in a continuous length which can affect process cost and product yield. It is due to the central hole which is absent in case of WAD technique. Now the next advantage is the fact that the deposition chamber and zone melting ring heaters are tightly connected to each other in the same enclosure. It allows the achievement of a clean environment. If you have seen outside vapor phase का बाहर से हम deposit कर रहे थे. Okay, so some external particles could have stuck on these surface, but here this entire structure was there in that deposition chamber. Okay, and that melting wala bhi it was connected ऊपर ही था, that ring, heater ring, or you can say a small furnace. So they were all enclosed in that structure. So there was no way in which an external impurity could have stuck, because see, यहाँ पे my fiber is just bare. Okay, so if my fabrication environment is such that बाहर से कुछ particle आके लग जाएगा, तो then it is not good. But in this WAD technique, since all these things were in an enclosure, so I have a clean environment and there is less chances of the fiber getting any contaminants during the fabrication process. So this is the advantage of your WAD method. All these points are there in the PPT. It might be there in my notes. You need to read it rather than searching from Google during the time of exam. Now the second method that is there in your syllabus is modified chemical vapor deposition method. Okay, now this is the video which I had shown you last time, if you remember. So I had a cylindrical rod. So ये जो बाहर का white color का portion है. So I have a cylindrical rod, and in that cylindrical rod, I will select it of the material of the cladding. मुझे जो cladding का material चाहिए, वो material का I will take the cylindrical rod. Okay, a hollow rod. Okay, so I already have a cylindrical tube, a hollow cylindrical tube, and that cylindrical tube का जो material है, that material I will select it of my cladding. So already I have the cladding material with me. Now what I have to do, inside this I have to deposit Again, using vapor deposition technique, I have to deposit the core material. So the core material will be deposited inside this structure. So same thing is drawn over here. So here, this is my cylinder. Both the sides are there. So what I do is I introduce the reactant. So metal halides, that is nothing but SiCl4 plus O2. It is reacting and it forms the soot particles. Okay, so soot particles, you know, those white, small kind of dots. And there is a burner. Okay, so that burner is moving here and there. And this rod is, that cylindrical rod is rotated because I want uniform deposition. एक ही साइड में अगर हम लोग रखेंगे तो एक ही साइड पे डिपॉजिट होगा, ये साइड पे डिपॉजिट नहीं होगा. ओके, सो आई हैव टू रोटेट द सिलिंड्रिकल रॉड एंड दिस बर्नर विल ट्रैवर्स in this particular direction so that inside this rod the deposition takes place, and whatever exhaust gases are there, that is taken out from the other end. So when we see that sufficient soot formation takes place, we are monitoring that. Then we close the flow of this particular gases. And then what we do is that rod, it will be pulled, and again, the same thing, it will be extended and it will be brought to a furnace. And in that furnace, I will apply sufficient heat. देखो यहाँ पे ना खाली खाली जगह है. Okay, so the soot formation is taking place on the border of that cylindrical rod. So inside might be there are vacant places. Okay, यहाँ पे नहीं हुआ है, यहाँ पे हुआ है, यहाँ पे ज़्यादा हुआ है, and all these things. So once you feel that sufficient soot formation हुआ है, it is not uniform. Okay, so you close this flow of the gases, and then what you do, you bring this whole enclosure. If you remember that diagram, it was brought यहाँ पे ही adjacent, you pull it, and then there is a furnace. Okay, so यहाँ पे furnace है. Okay, so as the tube passes through this particular furnace, it is heated, and what happens, I am using this word which the students forget to use, is the tube collapses. This word should be there. ये जो tube है, अंदर formation हो रहा है. Okay, and then when I bring it in this furnace, I heat it. This tube, it collapses. Tube collapse हो जाने के बाद क्या रहता है? It forms a solid structure, and then that structure, once it is made, I again bring it out of this particular chamber, and then I give it to the drawing tower. So if this question comes, whoever is the examiner right now, I don't know. Last year I corrected the paper. This year we don't know what will be the schemes and all. Okay, so that word should be there. In TechMac book, that word is not there. They cannot use that word because वो copyright issue, plagiarism issue हो जाएगा. So they avoid. See, why we tell you to read it from the reference book and not from that TechMac is TechMac cannot represent exactly what is there in any reference book which is already published. नहीं तो वो plagiarism issue हो जाएगा and they will all be in trouble. Okay, copyright issue, all those things will be there. So they have to change something in that content. Okay, so they either remove the original words which are required, they change this diagram और यहाँ पे कुछ अतरंगी कुछ कर देंगे, and that actually makes that diagram wrong, especially in the case of block diagrams and all. In CCN तुम लोगों के block diagrams थे. अगर TechMax में से पढ़ा होगा, अभी तो online mode में I don't know what material you are using. Remember, those people will change the diagram because otherwise they will have problems. So that is where our engineering students are not scoring. If you have to copy from that correct reference book which is mentioned. So we want that word collapse. The tube collapses. That word was mentioned even in that particular video. If you could hear what that person was speaking. So this tube is collapsing, and then I get the solid preform. So whatever I explained, just read it. It is there in the slide. Glass vapor particles arising from reaction of constituent metal halide gases and oxygen flow through inside of a revolving silica tube. Okay, so this is my revolving silica tube. So mention this direction. As SiO2 particles are deposited, they are sintered to a clear glass layer by an oxyhydrogen torch which travels back and forth. When desired thickness of glass have been deposited, the vapor flow is shut off. The tube is strongly heated to cause it to collapse into a solid rod preform. This is the sentence which I was highlighting. The fiber drawn from this preformed rod will have a core that consists of the vapor deposited material and a cladding that consists of the original silica tube. So in this modified chemical vapor deposition technique, the cladding is the same as that of the original silica tube. Okay, so that was the second method of your fiber fabrication. So you have the bad method and you have the modified chemical vapor. Both the topics I took from the diagram and all, both are there in senior Kizar. The current diagram which is there, it is from the book of Kizar. Okay, now I have manufactured the fiber. Okay, I have just applied an elastic coating and I have taken it up on the drum. Now I need to protect the fiber, so I need to cable the fiber. So that cabling is also of different types. So let us see. So this can be asked as a short note, fiber cabling or fiber protection. Then you can write many things under this particular topic. Now, why? First of all, I require the cabling. I will not ask you now why. You know many of the things. Now, unprotected fiber has several disadvantages because you know it's very thin, strength-wise, durability-wise, it is very weak. Okay, so I need to offer more strength so that it doesn't break. Bare glass fibers are brittle and that too we have a very small cross-sectional area. Single mode fiber ka to 8 to 12 micrometer rehta hai. Okay, so it can easily break. Okay, if I don't have all these handling procedure, and handling procedure will not matter because we are laying the fiber in the outside atmosphere. Okay, so there will be rupture, there will be pressure, force, vehicles moving, people walking, okay, some drilling in the external environment. Many things happen when the fiber is outside. Okay, so therefore it is necessary to cover the fiber to improve their tensile strength, as well as see two things. I need to improve their tensile strength as well as I need to protect them against external influence. Okay, so how I can do it? I will do it by surrounding the fiber. Just see the word, by a series of protective layers. ऐसा नहीं कि एक ही protection डाल दिया and then I get it. It's a series of protective layers, and that series of protective layer we call it as coating and cabling. What is fiber cabling? If somebody asks you, okay, so it is a series of protective layers which I do to the fiber, bare fiber, to offer protection. Okay, so that is called as fiber cabling. Okay, now what does this? Before I actually see fiber cabling, let us see what the fiber cable does. Okay, I'll finish this topic and then I will continue in the next lecture. So what is the advantage of cabling the fiber? It minimizes micro bends. What is micro bends? I will tell you in the next class. Okay, so some kind of bend. Fiber is subjected to bend. So your micro bend is there. So macro and micro bends are there. So what is it? Minimizes micro bend. Then it strengthens and it protects the cable. Okay, so strengthening and protecting cables. Strengthening materials are different. Protecting cables are different. We will see all these. So what it provides, it improves the tensile strength. Crush resistance improve hota hai. Protection from excess bending. Abrasion protection. Vibration isolation. Moisture and chemical protection. So all these things are offered by the strengthening and the protecting cables. Other desirable characteristic which this cabling should give me, see, fiber to मेरा बहुत thin है, हल्का है, but suppose if I cable the fiber and it becomes thick, it becomes heavy, then there is no meaning. So then whatever protection also I apply, or whatever I do, it should be light, it should be small, it should be flexible. फाइबर तो ग्लास का है, बट अगर केबल मैंने ऐसे मटेरियल का बनाया which catches fire, again then it is meaningless. Okay, sometimes temperature, if it is rising, there should not be any distortion. So whichever material I select for the cabling, it should be temperature insensitive and it should not catch fire. So flame retardation. Okay, then the structure, when I am thinking of cabling the fiber, I have to see whether it is a single mode fiber or it is I want to protect a multiple fiber cable. Okay, so for both the things the structure will be different. अगर सिर्फ एक ही केबल को लेके तुम्हें प्रोटेक्ट करना है, then that method will be different. But if in a one big tube I have multiple fiber cable, then I have to offer another series of different kind of protection. So I have to check about the structure. Now the fibers, okay, बहुत सारे fiber के गुच्छा है. Okay, so whether I want tightly packed fibers or I want loosely packed fibers. Next lecture we will see the challenges if I pack the fibers tight and I pack the fibers loose. Okay, so both will have its advantage and disadvantage, and we might go for the third solution. Okay, then we will see what are the cable structural and the strengthening members. सिर्फ बाहर cable jacket डालने से ही एक hollow tube डालने से ही protection नहीं होगा. There is some strengthening members, some fibers are there, some rods are introduced. Okay, so many things are there to offer the protection. So what are actually there in the cable design is fiber buffering, buffer jacket, जो jacket हम पहनाते हैं fiber को, so that is fiber buffering, or you can say fiber jacket. Then the cable structural and strengthening member, जैसे building बनाने के लिए बहुत सारा रहता है ना, beams, columns, this the structural component ये रहता है which gives protection, okay, to the building. Then the base of the building, so many things are there to protect, to make the structure strong. So similar things, we have the structural members and the strengthening members. Now once it is all strong, I need to also protect it from water. Okay, the cable might be in the roadside where a drain is there. Okay, so those water should not enter, or if it is in a factory, chemical factory, those chemical, if it is in the close vicinity, it should not spoil my fiber. Okay, so then I need to provide a cable sheet, and I need to have some water barriers. So all these things will encompass the cable design. Okay, so at least little bit you could understand. So we will continue with this cable designing in the next lecture. So I need to take the attendance.